Hello, everyone. I'm Michelle Alva, your sex, love, and intimacy coach, the creator of the Alva Method, process of self-discovery, and really leading us to a deeper connection of who we truly are. And I am honored to have Dr. Marlene Tages-Cordova with me here, who also is an amazing family physician. Has so many different titles, and one of those is that she's also an Alva Method practitioner in training. And I am just tickled pink that we get to talk today about the importance of self-love first, because I feel we both embody this incredibly. And so I'm honored to have you here and for you to share with us your journey to loving yourself and really, really, truly embodying the feeling of love and what the benefits have been for you.
Thank you, Michelle, for inviting me to talk about self-love first, because it is actually a conversation in my office. I've been practicing for 23 years, primary care with a twist. I describe it. There is conscious conversation in the room. There's connectivity. I see patients from a holistic perspective, more so now than ever, as I have come to know and understand myself more and actually put self-love first with myself a few years ago using the Alpha Method. So I wanted to also share in this interview how that benefited me, and also how it benefits within my practice in overall health and well-being, how self-love does absolutely need to be a part of the program. We can't expect to heal from a chronic illness or disease without putting self-love first. And so that's why I find this to be such an important conversation right now more than ever, to put self-love first.
Something that's coming up right now is maybe to explain also to everyone how there are different ways of loving, and we call it love, but it's not really love. And for example, I used to think love was actually codependent love. So I would love it if people can comment down below what kind of love do you know? Is it codependent love? Is it interdependent love? Do you love yourself first, or do you put others in front of yourself? And that's what I used to do for sure before, where I would think that I had to do certain things. I felt obligated to people, and that's how I got love, that my love was conditional, and love was about manipulation. Love was definitely not freedom. And today I feel I am love. That's what I've discovered, that I am the vibration of love. And when I accept myself, when I prioritize self-care first thing in the morning, always how I eat, how I think, how I immediately am now attracting a whole different life. And so what does self-love mean to you, Marlene?
Self-love means to me a full unconditional love, towards myself, fully accepting myself just as I am right now, wherever you're at, that it's okay not to be okay. This like deep acceptance of all that you are in this moment, that you're just this in your journey, at any point in your journey, that everything's okay. It's really a practice also of detaching from the ego, or at least witnessing, like you mentioned, egoic love, right? The conditional, it is needy, it is controlling kind of a love. And I've learned that through the years, also working with you and you doing the Alva Method and us working together, seeing you personally for myself. I've learned to understand and know the difference where when you begin to ask, how did I get to this place, in this point of my life, where you think you know how to love, but then you realize you're so unhappy, and you just have these moments of epiphany, and you begin to seek, out what is healthy love, what is healthy relating. And what I have come to conclude is that in terms of health and well-being, in terms of my holistic approach, also my personal life and in my practice, to really fully be able to accept and understand yourself just as you are, and have unconditional love for yourself first, to really nourish and cultivate that relationship with yourself first. As you
Mm.
were saying, self-love first, in the conversations at work and with my patients, and of course personally, in my personal life, I've come to, thank goodness, so grateful for this awakening really into myself, into love and what is healthy love. Love that you say, like you say, is energizing, that is allows for freedom, right? That frees you up, that inspires
Not
you.
about jealousy, not about putting limits, right? Or control.
Yes. Yes, exactly. And so, of course, I got to experience in the past codependency and that kind of needy kind of love, love that is jealous or envious or controlling and fearful, fear-based love,
Mm.
fear.
Yeah.
And what happens is I feel in the journey is really to just fully begin to learn those, ask yourself those questions, what is healthy love? As I was asking myself, because we learn by example,
Mhm.
and you find yourself in a place of maybe, how did I get, acknowledging and accepting responsibility for where you are in your life, and begin to just deeply understand yourself, love yourself, and begin that process of self-healing and that personal journey of beginning to understand and fully accept yourself, and really that date yourself, relate with yourself in such a loving and kind, compassionate and forgiving way. I feel that that is really what's missing in my patients' lives. There is no self-care in many cases. When I ask them about self-care, they're like, what are you talking about? What is that? And so we begin to talk about that, have those conversations, and then dive deeper into, do you love yourself? Or, what is that? No one's ever asked me that. And just really begin to put it together for them in terms of how important that is in your health. How you can have a tummy ache, chronic pain, chronic headaches, chronic conditions that at the root of it all is some deep trauma of
Right?
some kind of, or a lack of self-love and self-acceptance, forgiveness of yourself. Maybe you're holding on, like you speak in the Alba method, to shame and guilt and subconscious programs as well, that they're not understanding. But to begin to have that conscious conversation, that it's connected, the mind and body are connected. And if we want to really heal deeply from a chronic condition, the conversation of self-love and self-acceptance and needs to be had. I believe that that's important, and
A lot, a
that's what
lot
it
of it
means to
too
me.
is the inner child healing, looking at the inner child, looking at our childhood. Wouldn't you say that's a massive part of it, right, Marlene? How we
Yes,
were loved as children.
yes, and you have those in the Alba method. You have those conversations. How you help them, you guide them, right? Because you do hypnosis, you do NLP, you have combined it all into the Alba method. And so you get to that deep understanding of yourself, honestly. And from my perspective as a physician, just a deeply understanding and acceptance is already incredibly profoundly healing for the body. And
Mm.
I know that in the Alpha Method, everyone is guided to that place of deep understanding and knowing, and then also being so empowered with an awareness that now you have a choice, and you
Mm.
have it after you have that deep understanding and acceptance, that you can now choose, differently in terms of being more creative in your own life and in your own, and begin to manifest really a health and a life of your dreams.
And the willingness, because I'm so grateful for you that we met so many years ago. And Marlene, she is a doctor who has always been wanting to learn more about how she can serve her clients. And she would tell me, Michelle, I feel like just me being there with them, and like, what more can I do that can actually create quicker shifts? So I'm so grateful that you're open to taking this training. And can you share with people, because you were saying you were speaking with someone, working with someone with a migraine, and someone else that you helped them so quickly shift from integrating all the things that you've learned. with the Alva method and being a doctor. And so I just think you're such a gem. So if anybody's listening that is looking for a general doctor, you know, a family doctor, Marlene to me is such a treasure. And I'm so happy that you're offering telemedicine and that people can work with you anywhere from anywhere. So how have you noticed the shifts, you know, happen in your clients from you empowering them with these tools?
I feel to begin with, the foundation that has helped me is to be that vibration that's very loving, a vibration of love. And so the inner work that I have done for the last couple of years, the inner work, so the personal work of being and deciding that I would like to be the vibration of love, and knowing and trusting that that vibration will create an environment energetically in the space in my office that will lead to a conversation that's going to lead to, you know, a program, you know, for that patient to heal from something. And so it's an evolution of that inner work. So how can I, if there isn't that inner work, that personal journey, that personal healing, I find it kind of difficult in a way. I'm not, how are we going to do that? To just vibrate love, decide that you're going to vibrate connected, being mindful. So I learned many years ago, mindfulness, meditation. I began to read about mind-body medicine, doctors writing books about the mind-body connection, epigenetics, you know, the neuroplasticity of the brain. And then you and I met, and you're a physical therapist, massage therapist, sound healing, hypnosis, NLP, and everything that you've integrated and created in your massaging. See, this is integrating the Alpha method into the practice of mindfulness, meditation, and personally practicing those things. I feel people know you make that connection when you're just vibrating love. They just feel more comfortable. There's trust. You're holding space for the patient, so that together in partnership we can create a program. Now, to get back to specifically these cases, for example, a patient with chronic migraine for many years is on medications and has seen neurologists and has seen many doctors, but they've actually told her, you know, one neurologist did tell her, you know, you should begin the practice of meditation. I highly recommend it, but she just didn't do it, you know. And I've always found that very intriguing. It's like, what is it that makes people finally decide to begin integrating these things? Go home and go do this, and go home and go do that. I think that's the beauty of just being that, vibrating that, in which you want them to begin to integrate into their own life, right? So I felt intuitively guided as I was speaking to her. I feel there needs to be a release of some kind. And would you like to try that? Something different? Mm-hmm. That's why I call it primary care with a twist. There's like, you know, she's visited functional medicine doctors. She eats incredibly healthy. I mean, it's a perfect example. She exercises, happy, you know, I love her. She has like a great light to her, but she doesn't have that mindfulness meditation practice in which you and I speak about it, you know, that practice of, she's aware of self-love. I ask her, you know, she's like, yeah, I love myself, you know, but it's like you said, in the actions of really deeply connecting with yourself, embodying, right? The Alpha method teaches you how to embody and vibrate that which you want to manifest. And then there's an integration of mind and body, and you feel more whole. And of course, the body loves that. The body loves that. And it begins to do what it knows to do, right? So we just have to get out of the way. So we went ahead and we had a session at the office, and we did some just basically releasing and clearing, the breathing, the breath work, the E3 breath that you teach. And I guided her through a meditation in the practice, because I realized, how about if I have them experience, you know, what does it feel like to really be in a state of complete relaxation? Because surrender right there with your physician that you trust.
Right there.
And some break, you know, there was some releasing, really just no judgment, not needing to even understand it, but to just release it from the body. So how healing that can be. And it just need to be, like you say, and we talk, empowered with how to do that, empowered with the process that the Alpha method teaches of releasing. There's a lot of releasing in the Alpha method. and other things as well. But the main component from a doctor's perspective that I find to be quite important in the healing process is the releasing of the tissue from the body, releasing any memories of past hurts and pains or anger, whatever it is, it needs to just be released from the body.
And
the conscious mind may have thought it released it, right? But if there's still a physical manifestation, right, a symptom, right, the chronic migraine that just won't let up no matter what, it's like, maybe there's something that needs to be released, right, Michelle? And so that's what happened. And the headache went away and it hasn't come back. And it's been a couple of weeks. And so I hope to get a testimonial from her, because to me, that's, you know, migraine can be very disruptive in your quality of life. And she's a professional. I mean, she has a full-time job.
Wow. I think a lot of people forget in the medical, and you could attest to this, how we're 99% energy. And so emotions are energy in motion, but a lot of times we're constipated in our emotions. A lot of us, at least for me, a lot of the clients I work with, they struggle with feeling. They struggle with just being in their body and actually going into their gut, going into their heart, and actually feeling. And so that's why a lot of this work is about leaning back, creating a nest of support. And people don't have to be with me physically to experience that. And that's what I'm teaching my students, is how to work with people through the phone, on Zoom.
Yes, you're doing a lot of that now, right?
Yeah, the client learns how to do themselves and how to be their own inner healer, how to activate their own inner medicine woman. Yes. And so Marlene is living proof that you can activate so many shifts, right? And when you shift, you attract differently. And so your program that's coming out from this training, and it's brand new, because of she is just attracted an amazing partner that is a mirror reflection of her, because that's all we're ever doing. And people just go around, and when they meet them, they're like, I want to find what you have, you know. And Marlene just radiates joy. And so she's noticed that people want to learn what she's doing, you know, who she's being. And so right now, if you want to share anything more about that, and let people know about your offering and where you're heading with this, you know, I'd love to open up that and tell us about him too.
Thank you so much for acknowledging that. And I don't know where to begin. I just want to thank you, really, Michelle, for having worked with me closely in the past, like about a year ago, really deeply helping me in your own program find that the love of my life within myself. And I believe that that's really the key to optimal health and well-being. And I hope to really integrate really finding the love of your life and being that for yourself. And that really is true health and well-being. And I really do want to just acknowledge you for that. I'll never forget that. Truly grateful for that, that I broke free from codependency. I broke free from any limiting beliefs that came from childhood, you know, and I've forgiven myself too, because I was hard on myself, and I'm no longer hard on myself. But in the past, I was very hard on myself. Just the program with you, working with you using the Alpha method with me, of course, about a year ago. And now I'm in this relationship that I've never had before. So freeing, so loving, so easy, right? So easy and loving and light and free and just so healthy. It feels so healthy. And that is my focus, right? Health and well-being is my career. It is always on my mind, like you say. And everyone out there, we attract what we're always putting our energy and focus on. I began to integrate the Alpha method within my own life, and with mindfulness and meditation practices, exercise, eating healthy, and in my primary care approach. And so I just wanted to acknowledge you again, Michelle, how important that was. We worked very closely, and I know you also help others really always find that love within themselves. And you have a program also. Can you tell them about the program that's about to start?
Well, we're practicing talking about you here, Marlene.
Okay, let's practice talking about me.
This is the part where she's one of the students in the Alba Method Practitioner training, and I have to say 4 students already are like, I know what I want to do. And so part of this training is not just about learning the Alba Method, which Marlene has been in that training for a year.
Just by being your close friend too, right?
She embodies it. She embodies it. And so she's a doctor, right? She has her own spa feel wellness healing medical center, fully operational, and she's walking around as a happy physician, okay? Aside from all the amazing things that she is, a mother, a girlfriend, a daughter, people are like, Marlene, tell me about how you met your boyfriend. I want to have what you have. And so Marlene was telling me, like, Rochelle, I want to create a program. And I was telling her, why don't you call it How to Meet the One? Because you met the one, right? And she goes, the one in myself. She right away brought it back to herself. And this is what I feel so many people struggle with, the one. We want to meet the one. And so it's
the key
exciting
is to find that one, right? Thank you so much. Yeah, and conscious conversations that we have that inspire each other, right? The catalyst to really find that inspiration and listen to your intuitive guidance, which you teach as well in the Alpha Method, to be more connected to your inner wisdom.
And I feel as though a part of my job is I'm meant to catalyze people to something more aligned with their heart and soul. And so I tend to meet a lot of people that are in great jobs. They're happy. And then they get this soul amplification, heart and soul, even more juicy alignment, which I was a physical therapist. I lived that healthcare life, but I wasn't juicy in that. And the juicy amped up was Tantra, sound healing, NLP and hypnosis, and, just Wow Women of Abundance and Alpha Method Practitioner training. And so I really wish to continue to inspire people for that beautiful, whatever extra joie de vivre that I really feel a lot of us struggle, because what are they going to think? I have a medical degree. What if I want to do something different? It took me so much to let go of the physical therapy degree identity, so much to the point that the universe created conditions where I had to let go of my license. And it's so funny. So then I had no other choice but to be free, to be me, when in reality, it was myself that was always getting in my own way. And so if we're going to create this amazing new world, I really feel a lot of us are being called to refine our mission, our purpose, our soul journey. And so, yes, you're an amazing physician. You're an awesome doctor. And yes, people, click down below and go to ohealthnow.com, schedule a session with Marlene. And if you're looking for romance and to really align with your perfect partner, she's also gathering students for her program.
Signed one up today.
Yes.
I signed one up today, and I have, she has some friends that she thinks she's going to tell about, because I guess that's how, that's being, right? Being that which you seek, and just co-creating. I think it's a conscious way of existing in this life, consciously, with a conscious, unified awareness that we're all in this together. We're all in here to uplift each other, support each other, and just be that love that we all seek for ourselves, to actually be that love. And I think I get to practice that now. I look forward to create, the program that's going to help others find that love of their life within themselves. And it's just going to happen. It's just going to have them attract their healthy partner and romantic partner that they dream of, that they imagine. And so I'm excited to do that. And I appreciate very much the Alba Method and being in the training, and also
the program's
creating.
Gonna rock, Marlene. It's gonna rock, and I'm gonna be with you every step of the way. And this is the part of this work that I'm so happy to be. I'm so creative. I'm great at giving people ideas, and I'm grateful to you for being open also to learn Tantra. Because that's another aspect that we didn't talk about, that I'm sure had a lot to do with this transition. Just coming into our sexual relationship with ourselves energetically, vibrationally. Yeah. Tantra definitely helped me personally so much. rather than just having a physical relationship, to have this heart open, sexually expansive, beautiful relationship with yourself, that you could share also that sexual energy, but not necessarily just for sex. You know, this is another aspect of it. So
Yes, I hope to get more. Yes, it's just healthy. It's just the bottom line is, what does it mean to feel whole and complete and healthy and full of energy, and know all the ways to process and release and reconnect with yourself and connect with your purpose, your soul's purpose, and connect with your intuition. And it begins with a self-love practice, like self-love first. Self-love first. I mean, that is the foundation. And I feel that's the key. That's the key. And the moment you really embody that and live it, vibrate that, it's just trusting that process of being
the
in that
unknown.
vibration.
Being in the unknown is a big part of it, and breathing, breath work, you know, this
Yeah, there's different, yes, absolutely. The breath work.
life to the fullest. You know, how we breathe is a metaphor for how we live and how we love and how we, so I really feel the more you can expand your breathing capacity, which is something that I'm really big on teaching everyone, the more richly you can take in oxygen and flow it through your body and take in prana energy. It's just a sign of
So
how
funny you should mention that. Every single day in my practice, it's like I had a 15-year-old girl was in my in the exam room table with her dad, and her heart rate was over 100.
Wow.
And I said, that's it. I have to teach this beautiful young lady, this healthy young lady, how to breathe. The deep diaphragmatic breath. I'm like, Dad, join. So yes, the breath work, so important in auto-soothing and resetting from, and how now she's like, wow, and her heart rate lowered significantly to normal after a few of those deep, expansive breath, the E3 breath that we're learning in the ALVA method practitioner training, integrating that into my holistic practice, into the whole, and just empowering them. Like, now now you get to practice this deep breathing and you can reset yourself.
Yeah.
She felt her heart, racing, and she really didn't understand. She didn't understand why. The breath is so powerful, that breathing, those breathing exercises, right? Expanding the energy, like you said, Michelle.
Expanding that fascia, releasing all that memories in our tissues.
Tissues are in the tissues. They just need to be released.
We're rinsing a towel. This is really what it's about. Every single day, control, alt, delete your nervous system. And that's what I continue to do. And, I proudly say I'm 47. I feel like I'm 28. And so definitely there's something happening here where I call it younging instead of aging, tapping into your oxygen,
Yes.
respiratory system, and just being more expert at respiration, taking
with practice, right? With practice, mindfulness breathing exercises, right? And just be more aware, the awareness of the breath. How am I breathing right now? Noticing and being so connected to your body. I think that's just such a very healthy way of being. It's just a healthy way of being. So I am very much interested in teaching, right, my patients, what are the fundamental habits, that's going to help you promote health and well-being and really be intuitively guided in your own health, and bring in your own inner healer and your own inner physician in the conversation with your doctor. What is my gut's telling me, doc, X, Y, and Z. And I'm like, perfect. That needs to be considered. Their intuition is saying, don't have that surgery. We need to honor that. Let's get another opinion. And it's just having that, it's conscious medicine. And I feel like it's just a shift into a conscious medicine conversation, and to be able to have that conscious connection with your patient, that it's not just me telling them what to do,
right,
and they feel powerless and they need to do what I tell them to do. It's a co-creation of optimal health and well-being. And that's what I feel, and I'm doing, and I hope to learn to continue to do, right, in a more optimal way.
Keep doing it, Marlene. Just keep at it. Keep at it. You're on the right path. She's so awesome. I'm so grateful for you, Marlene. Thank you for this time. Everyone go to www.ohealthnow.com now. And you can also, you have an offering there on your website, and you offer
Yeah.
a detox
The
program.
21-day mind-body detox has been fantastic during the quarantine. Everyone's getting their quarantine 15, right? We've got to lose the quarantine 15, and we detox from unhealthy eating, unhealthy thinking, unhealthy relating with oneself. So we integrate the habits of mindfulness, meditation, journaling, detoxing the diet. You learn how to eat without dairy, gluten, and junk food. Wow, how do you eat that way? When I tell them, I'm like, I have a program for you, you know? And what happens is inflammation goes away. Mind body detox, reduce inflammation, have more energy, get rid of aches and pains, begin meditation, mindfulness, and journaling practices. These are habits. Mind body detox. It's on my Instagram, Dr. Tages. It's also on my website. And soon to come, and soon, the program of manifesting the love of your life within yourself. By Dr. T.
So I will have,
that.
you can click down below and get all her links, everyone, and just send her an email if you're interested in learning more about her romance program. I think it's so wonderful for every woman, even if you're in a marriage and you just want to refine your self-love, or you've had a misunderstanding. She's living it. So there's no better testimonial than that. And so I love you. Thank you so much for this time. And I just feel I'm drunk in love right now.
Thank you, Michelle. Thank you so much.
Wild Woman of Abundance Speaks. You know, this is the Wild Women series. We wild women are speaking out. And if you enjoy this, if you're a doctor who wants to learn about integrative medicine and how to, you know, this is something else that Marlene, I'm going to just share it for her, that she coaches doctors on how they can be more entrepreneur doctors. And she has all these programs. She's writing her book right now, Think, Feel, Heal, right? And if you're inspired by her, reach out to her. And if you're not a doctor, you know, if you're a physical therapist or a healthcare worker, a nurse, and or a healthcare manager, I really truly feel Marlene is an embodiment of the future of medicine. And so why not have a great mentor? So people can work with you like that too. I just want to mention that.
Thank you so much for that. Bye, guys. Hope to meet again. Do many more wonderful.
We'll do more of these for sure. Yeah. Thank you, Marlene.
Bye. Thank you so much.
Everyone.
Bye.